We're well into the week here in San Jose at the Digital Disruption Conference. One of the really hot topics has been agility, IT transformation, and Tony Sceales, who's with me now, has been chairing a full-day session on this very topic. Tony, it certainly seems the hottest thing in discussion this week here. How's the stream gone?
Hi, Mike. So absolutely right. It's been a full day, a packed day of case studies and presentations, people talking about best practice, and some really good engaging panel sessions as well, with well attended by both people from the supply side and from the service providers. So to pick up on the highlights, I think there was a great presentation from Stefan Berg, CIO at Comhem, on the transformation that he's been running over the last 3 or 4 years to turn Comhem into an agile, lean organization. He identified in that technology is important, but it's not the key factor. It's all about leadership and about getting people to engage and understand what it is they're trying to do, what the objectives are, and how they can play a part in that. I think going on to Cox and David Hicks, who's the VP of Network Operations there, although he's a network-focused guy, a lot of what he's talking about is to do with client engagement, client experience. So they have quite different goals in terms of the specific program actions they're taking, but actually they're all building to the same things. So they're very metrics driven. They're very interested in an understanding of the KPIs as they change through the transformation process, and they're using benchmarking as well to find out what that does to them. Underlying that, there is the technology, and that is very important. Obviously, from a SunTec perspective, that's important to me to understand how our roadmap needs to adjust as they go through their transformations, not just to make their bottom line better, to make their margins better, but to actually look at bringing in new revenue streams. So for us, that's all about real time, which was a key factor for them. Is transforming to real time is not easy. It's
you mean transforming your solution, or you mean transforming inside an operator, say? Actually,
both. The solution we have is naturally real time in the technology, but getting that embedded into an organization so that the SLA is met, so that the customer experience of that is a positive one. Also bringing in then analytics into that, so that you can really understand what it is you're doing to the client and how they respond to that is key. So the combination of real time and analytics is critical. And then you go back to the cost base, right? Which is, how do I bring in new revenues quickly, scalably, and allow myself to have a lot of failures in that process, because that's important too. So you don't want to build a technology base which is too heavyweight. You need something that's agile and quick in its own right. So this transformation of their operations to agile and lean has to be reflected in their business partners as well, the people who bring them technology, and that's of course SunTec's business.
One of the foundations of this particular event is putting together telecoms operators with some of the new, already very agile players coming up in Silicon Valley here. How have the two groups melded together during the week?
Well, it's very interesting, because last weekend I had the privilege of attending a hackathon in San Francisco with some of about 150 Silicon Valley hackers. These are people who are probably half my age if they're lucky. And just seeing the energy, the collaboration that they bring to quickly come together and build applications. And the interesting thing was how that collided with the TM Forum, which has been providing through the open digital ecosystem here. We've been building APIs to allow telecoms providers systems to engage and to integrate in a very open way with these new providers. So that was a real eye-opener to see how that all worked. And SunTec sponsored the event so that we gave some prize money to the winning teams. Which was clearly a very good way of engaging with the guys who took this on. They didn't look necessarily at the original intent from the TM Forum's perspective of what those APIs should be used for. And they came up with some really radical ideas about what you should do with these pieces, which are supposed to connect with very traditional TM Forum assets, inventory and trouble tickets and those sorts of things. They used them in completely different ways from the way that we expected, to our delight, I think, actually.
Okay, well, sounds like a lot of fun. I know you need to get back in chairing the session here, so I appreciate you taking the time now. Thanks a lot, Tony.
Thank you.